In today's video, I have NBA Friday picks and preview for you all, my 4 favorite plays for Friday night. We're going to dive into the data, take a look at these plays, and show you exactly why I love them for Friday night. But before we get into those plays, a few things we need to take care of. If you're watching this video right now, please leave a like on the video. If we hit 10 or more likes on this video, we will post a bonus play for next day's picks. So for Saturday's plays, I'll give a bonus play out. Also, please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We are less than 10 subscribers away from 100 subscribers. When we do hit 100 subscribers, I have something very special planned for all of you, so stay tuned for that. Now, let's quickly recap Thursday night's plays. A weird night for us. 2 of our plays didn't actually happen. Derek White was my favorite play of the day. He ended up not playing because he was banged up. Ivica Zubac, his line was 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He went for 16, but then he got hurt, so that pick actually got voided. And then Dominic Barlow went under his rebounds, 5.5. He had 4, so we hit that. But then Kyle Gillespie did not go over 22.5 PRA. So 1-1 on the night out of 4 plays, kind of weird. But we're still on a 7-3 run in my last 10 free plays, and we're still 15-4 run in my last 19 favorite plays of the day. So guys, stay tuned. We're still feeling hot in the NBA. We're so close to cashing out on a 4-man. I can feel it. We're so close. But before we get into today's plays, 2 plays where you're getting a ton of value betting on these picks in the NBA. Starting off with Novig. Guys, Novig just changed their sign-up offer recently. It's now spend $5, get $50 in bonus cash when you use my code TEACH10 to unlock. I like Novig because it operates more like a regular sportsbook where you can place straight bets. You don't have to place lineups like you do on PrizePicks or Underdog. So if you've been taking my best free plays of the last 19 plays, you've hit 15 of those. So you probably built up a nice amount in your Novig account. So go get on Novig. Really love the app. They just raised $75 million recently, so they're investing a lot into you, and that includes a better sign-up offer. So go take advantage of that on Novig. Second place is Chalkboard. Guys, we started placing 2-mans on Chalkboard. If you've been watching the last few videos, we're continuing that tonight, and I will show that to you all later, so stick around for that. But Chalkboard offers a ton of value, and I'll explain that later too. But they give out a free pick square and a 100% deposit match for new users, good for up to $100. You deposit 100 of your own dollars, Chalkboard will give you $100 to play with as well. They also do daily drops every single day where they give you some boosts, like profit boosts or free pick entries. It's really, really cool what Chalkboard does. You can unlock all of these perks when you use my code TEACH10. The links for Chalkboard and Novig will be in the description below for this video, so you can sign up there super quick and easy. Now, enough yapping. Let's get into today's plays for NBA Friday, starting us off with Cooper Flagg over 10.5 rebounds and assists. Cooper Flagg has gone over this line of 10.5 in 7 of his last 10 games. He's averaging 12.5 rebounds and assists in his last 10. You can see here he's actually hit in his last 5 straight games with some really solid performances with a 13, 17, 14, 14, and 11 in his last 5. Really, really good stuff. Going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers, who rank 14th in both rebounds and assists allowed overall, so about middle of the pack in the NBA. At the small forward position, though, they do fare slightly better. 13th in rebounds allowed, 9th in assists allowed. So you're thinking, well, TJ, why are you liking this? Well, if you actually look at the power forward position, they're actually not that good. 23rd in rebounds allowed, 26th in assists allowed. Well, TJ, why does that matter? I understand. Cooper Flagg kind of stretches more to a power forward type because of how tall he is. Yes, he can play and he's so athletic like a small forward, but I really think this matchup still fares for him well. He's actually gone over, like I said, in 4 of his last 5 games. He's actually gone over 10.5 rebounds and assists in 4 of his last 5 games at home, where he's averaging 12.8 rebounds and assists. In the 1 game he missed was against the Spurs. We all know how tough the Spurs are down low. But he just missed at 10. So he missed by 1. So he's 1 rebound and assist away from going 5 of his last 5 at home. Also, looking down here, you see recently the Cavs, 3 guys have failed to go over, but they look at these smaller lines where guys have gone over. So it's guys who probably aren't playing as many minutes. But if you look at some of the higher ones, like this 11.5, like Jaylen Brown goes over, Ausar Thompson goes over. So some of these bigger names, Ausar Thompson went over again. So some of these bigger names, guys who play longer minutes, tend to go over recently against the Cavs at the small forward position. So feel really good about that overall. They don't match up that great. They're about middle of the pack in the NBA and how the stat reflects against them. Cooper Flagg's been playing very, very well. Looking at his minutes, he plays almost 33 minutes a game. It's been kind of been increasing over the last 5, so I feel really good about that. 12.5 rebound chances per game, 10 assist chances per game. This is a match made in heaven. Cooper Flagg is playing out of his mind, had a crazy year, so I love this play for Friday night. Moving on to play number 2. Play number 2 is my favorite play for Friday night, and that is Anthony Edwards over 33.5 points plus rebounds. He has gone over this line of 33.5 in 7 of his last 10 games, where he's averaging almost 34.5 points and rebounds, so about 1 over where the line is set at for us currently. Hitting 3 of his last 5 games. Had some great performances mixed in here when he does go over. Actually hitting 4 straight in his last 6 to 10 games. So feel good about that. Facing up against the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors are 12th in points allowed overall in the league, so not bad. But they're 21st in the league overall in rebounds allowed. At the shooting guard position, they actually fare better, but we know Anthony Edwards stretches more to a point guard position. So yes, they're 9th in points allowed to shooting guards and 3rd in the league overall in rebounds allowed. But we look at the point guard position, it's so much worse. And Anthony Edwards, he really does stretch more to a point guard, especially in like later in games when it's tight. He's the guy who has the ball up top. So that's how I really feel about this play. Look at this. 30th and dead last in points allowed to point guards. 21st overall in rebounds allowed to point guards. So even though, yes, shooting guards, they fare much better, and point guards, they are worse, I still think this actually favors Anthony Edwards, oddly enough. You might think that's kind of hypocritical. I'm going against what the true data is telling me. But look at this. Anthony Edwards plays about 35 minutes per game over his last 10 and pretty steady minutes overall, shooting 49% from the field on 21 attempts per game over his last 10. He shot 11 for 17 in his last game, 65%. Absolutely crazy. And they got blown out by the Clippers, and he still shot well and scored a bunch. And shooting from 3, makes about 4 threes per game, which is absolutely crazy. Takes about 9 to 10 3-pointers per game as well. So he's making about 4 of them. That's really good stuff. So love that from Anthony Edwards. Gets a decent amount of rebound chances in here, averaging 8 rebound chances over his last 10. So I feel good about that too. And look at the last 3 guys who have gone over against the Golden State Warriors on this prop line. As well, if you've had a couple more mixed in here as well. Some that didn't go over, obviously. Not everyone's going to just go over. But the last 3, 2 guys who played on the Jazz, and we don't know how terrible the Jazz are, and they're still able to get it done. Isaiah Joe, look, he blasted off for 22 points plus rebounds. So feel really good about this recently with how Golden State is faring against shooting guards, even though overall in the season they might not tell the true full story as of recent. So love this play for Anthony Edwards. I think he's going to have a great game, and that's why I love this play for over 33.5. Okay. Now, moving on to play number 3, it's Jeremy Grant over 21.5 points and assists. Jeremy Grant's gone over 21.5 in 8 of his last 10 games. He's averaging just about over 21.5 points plus assists. He's actually hit in 4 games and then missed, and then 4 games as of recent. So he's hit in actually 8 of his last 9 if you exclude the game before that. Playing about 32 to 33 minutes over his last 10, shooting 50% on 12 attempts per game. Very, very good. I mean, some of these last 4, look at this, 70% shooting, 60%, 43%, and 58% over his last 4 games. Really, really good stuff. Shooting very well from 3 as well. 44% over his last 10, 50%, 67%, 40%, 38%. Really, really good stuff over his last 4 to 5 games. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of him. Some free throw attempts mixed in there. Shot on average 8 free throw attempts in each of his last 4 games. So I like that there. Shot 7 of 7 in his last game against the Hornets. So I feel really good about this. He's coming off a few days of rest as well, so he is ready and charged up to go against the Utah Jazz. I just mentioned earlier how bad the Jazz were. Here's some data to show you. Dead last in points, dead last in assists allowed. So bad. So bad. The power forward position, they're just slightly better in terms of points allowed, but I don't really think that hurts us at all, really. 22nd in the league, give up about 19 points per game to power forwards. Dead last in assists allowed, give up about 4.5 assists to the power forward position. A great spot for Jeremy Grant to go over this line. And you can see as of recent against power forwards, the last 5 power forwards that they've faced off against have gone over. Now, the 4 previous to that, they actually didn't go over. But looking at the last 5 that they faced up against, have all gone over. 2 of Milwaukee's players in Giannis and Kuzma, and then 2 of Golden State players in Draymond and Gui Santos, and then OG did it in his last matchup as well. So I feel really good about where this line is at recently. So you can see over 21.5 and 8 of his last 9, averaging 23.4 if you exclude that game prior, the last 10th game. So really love this play. Great matchup for Jeremy Grant. He's hitting well, shooting the ball very well, not just from the field, but from 3 as well. Great matchup at the power forward position against a terrible Utah Jazz team. This is a match made in heaven, so I love this play for Friday. Now for our 4th and final play, it's Kyle Filipowski over 16.5 points and assists. He's gone over this line in 7 of his last 10 games where he's averaging 19 points and assists, so 2.5 over where the line is currently set at for us. He's actually hit in 4 straight games and 5 of his last 6 as well, so really solid performances recently from Filipowski, facing up against the Portland Trailblazers on the other side of the ball, who are 23rd in the league in points allowed and 17th in the league in assists allowed. At the center position, very similar story. They're actually worse in terms of points, 26th in the league overall, giving up about 18 points per game, 17th in assists allowed, giving up about 3 assists per game to the center position. Feel really good about this matchup, and where it's out recently, 5 of the last 9 centers have gone over against the Trailblazers here. Also, taking a look at some of these insights, Filipowski's gone over 16.5 points and assists in 5 of his last 6 games on the road. So playing very well on the road recently, and in those games he's averaging 18.5 points and assists, which is 2 over the line that's currently set out for us. Again, just showing you another stat, another angle where Filipowski has been playing well recently and why I love this play to round us out for Friday's picks. So let's quickly recap those plays for Friday night before we get on out of here, and I'll show you my Chalkboard 2-man after this. Cooper Flagg over 10.5 rebounds and assists. Anthony Edwards over 33.5 points plus rebounds, my favorite play of the night. Jeremy Grant over 21.5 points and assists. Kyle Filipowski over 16.5 points and assists. Now, for our Chalkboard 2-man, let me show you what I was telling you about with Chalkboard giving out so much value recently. Take a look at this. So, we're taking Anthony Edwards over 33.5 points plus rebounds and Cooper Flagg over 10.5 rebounds and assists. Look at the value on this Anthony Edwards play, and we're getting a pretty standard line on this Cooper Flagg play. But if you can see here, I did have a 10% NBA boost. How? I was just using the Chalkboard app. I didn't do anything special or request anything or get special permissions or anything. Chalkboard just had that for me in my account. That's stuff you can unlock on those daily drops, or they just put them into your account for you. You can see here on a 2-man, for those of you that love 2-mans, look at here. You're getting a 3.54x payout with the 10% boost, but even if you didn't have the 10% boost, you'd still be getting a 3.22x payout on a 2-man. Most of you know that plays 2-mans on other apps like PrizePicks and Underdog, you're actually only getting a flat 3x payout. Same with Betr as well, actually. A flat 3x for a 2-man. On Chalkboard, you're getting an extra 0.22. Sometimes you can get a 0.3 extra payout boost. Why does Chalkboard do this? Well, they just like giving value to all their customers, and it's great. You might not think like for one play or one 2-man that you place, that doesn't really mean much, that 0.22 difference, but if you think about it, if you gamble on sports a lot, overall, over the long run, that 0.22 adds up, and that is crucial to building your bankroll and staying consistent and profitable, right? We all know how there's ups and downs with sports gambling. If there's any edge you can find, you need to take advantage of it, and you need to get on Chalkboard. Again, free pick square, 100% match, good for $100. Sign up using my code TEACH10. So that's my Chalkboard 2-man for the night, and then my 4 free plays overall for Friday night. Thank you all so much for watching these videos. And if you want my best free plays every single day for absolutely free, go to my Winnable store. The link is in the description below. You guys can sign up for free, and you guys get texted my plays directly to you. I will post my slip in there like you see in here. I will post it in here for you all, so you can get this before the YouTube video even drops. I usually post it about an hour or two before, so you guys have it there. So you can go get tucked into bed, have your lineup already placed before you even go to sleep, and not even have to worry about it the next day. So with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. We're so close to 100 subscribers. Please help me out. Let's get to 100, and I'm doing something special for y'all. That's all I have for today's video, and I will see you all tomorrow for Saturday picks.